Yeah, well, g'day. Just wanted to do this video to try and spread a bit more light, I suppose, or gain a bit more awareness towards veteran mental health. We've all seen what the government thinks veteran mental health looks like, or doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, the general public, veteran affairs. But what does it actually look like from our point of view? It can be quite confusing, and I understand that it is different for every person. Every veteran has a different issue or different thing that they're dealing with, different emotions attached to those. But I can speak on behalf of obviously my experience with it and what I deal with every day. I served in the Navy, and then I served in the Army. Did private security contracting, prisons, pretty much the usual stuff that we get up to. I've got accepted conditions there with Veteran Affairs for a myriad of things. I've got PTSD, I've got dissociative amnestic disorder, anxiety, depression. That's on the mental health side of it. Physical wise, I've had 16 spinal surgeries and procedures. Hearing loss, tinnitus, the usual. 4 vertebrae that are bolted, plated, pinned, fused. I've got a computer, a spinal cord stimulator that's inside my back, and that's sort of its job is to intercept all the damaged and broken nerves before they get to my brain. I've had my pelvis bolted and fused, like pinned and fused. But when I say the things I'm saying on this video, I'm very well aware of our fellow veterans out there that have slipped through the cracks and are still fighting with Veteran Affairs to be recognised and have accepted conditions. All I can say is just keep in there, hang in there, keep it going. It's hard. It took me 16 years to have all my issues accepted and recognised. I'm what we call here in Australia anyway, I have a TPI gold card with Veteran Affairs, so I'm totally and permanently impaired, which means all my medical is now paid for, and along with other things. But so as far as what it looks like from us, the government, they've done plenty of inquiries and commissions into what veteran suicide and mental health looks like, and I can tell you now, I've been dead on the slab more times than you can remember. Both from not my fault, and obviously and not that long ago due to my mental health. It does get better, and I'm on the other end and coming out of it, and it's great. Once you get the help for it, and there is things out there, and you'll never get rid of it completely. You've got to learn to live with this for the rest of your life. But they do try and wrap you up a little bit too much in cotton wool. And for some circumstances, some scenarios, that is 100% necessary and is needed. But unfortunately, because I do have those things recorded and accepted with Veteran Affairs, as soon as you have a down day, as soon as you can have a sad day, you just want to, I couldn't be bothered today, going to sit here on the lounge and watch a movie. That triggers alarm bells, and you struggle to breathe sometimes because there's so much pressure and so much negative light, I suppose, by reaching out and talking to people. I mean, it's more accepted these days for sure, and hopefully this next generation coming through, it's going to be a lot easier for them to just pick that phone up and call the helplines, etc. But you can't just have a vent. You can't have a vent and just say, you know what, I've had enough. Because when you say those words, just I've had enough, even though you're not meaning about taking your life or losing the plot and all that sort of stuff, that's how it's taken. And all of a sudden you're getting shut down until your psychologist or psychiatrist gets assessed and says that you're not of any risk to yourself or the public. It is difficult. We do have our issues. I mean, there's not many nights that I go through without having nightmares, etc. But you know, that doesn't mean that you're going to fly off your handle any second. And that's how they make you feel sometimes. They sort of paint you out to be a monster, an unstable, you know, monster that can just flip out and hurt somebody or hurt people or hurt yourself. Yeah. And I think that comes into my next bit, which is you end up believing what they say. You know, they sit there and go, oh, look, this is wrong with you, and you know, you got to be careful, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you end up believing it, and it makes it worse. You know, being told you're broken 24/7, whether it's from your partner, from the government, from the doctors, always being told you're broken, you need to be careful, you can't do this, you can't do that. You end up believing them. And that's what I did. I ended up in this big hole of, wow, like, I am broken. I am damaged goods. I'm a damaged toy. You know, how can anybody, you know, be around me? And those thoughts even went to, like, my daughters, you know, like my ex-wife and my daughters. How can they be around me? And it wasn't until I had the breakthrough of, no, I'm not listening to yous. I'll listen to, obviously, the medical advice there for sure, but I more meant I'm not going to let this stuff hold me down, and I'm not broken. You know, I once saw this thing, meme on Facebook or whatever it was, and it says, even broken crayons still colour, which is, you know, pretty accurate, pretty true. We do have issues, but we're not out. We're down, but not out. So yeah, it's, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own issues. Everybody has their own, I hate this word, but has their own triggers. You know, even for mine, I know what most of them are. And your physical health definitely leads into your mental. I mean, like I said, every day I live in a lot of pain, constant pain, obviously with all the surgeries and stuff that I've had. But I mean, you have a bad day pain-wise, your mental health just plummets. You know, or you have a days where your mental health plummets, your physical health goes down, you start to hurt more. So it's definitely relevant to that. And I do believe that we need to start taking more of a holistic approach to it instead of just here's more drugs. I mean, like I said, I've traveled the world, doing, you know, participating in different treatments and everything. I mean, I've been there where they just say, here, take some more pills, you know, take some more pills, here you go. And all that leads to is, most of the time anyway, and it did with me at the time, depending on them, using those pills to escape instead of being fixed. You know, using prescription drugs, illicit drugs, alcohol. You know, look, you sort of, when you're convinced by everybody that you're that far gone, you don't care anymore, and you're just looking for that escape. And I can tell you now, on this side of everything, it's not the answer. It really isn't. And if people just stopped telling our veterans that we're broken, you know, stop telling our veterans that we're broken. Stop telling us we're broken. We're not. Yeah, sure, we've got injuries and we've got mental health issues, but you're just making it worse. You really are. You know, so yeah, the idea of this, I suppose, is yeah, I'll start having a chat to, like, I mean, I go around and I already talk to other veterans about mental health and how I've gotten through most of my stuff and try and help and do the public speaking, etc. But there's only so much of that you can do. So I want to start getting around and doing these videos and talking to other people and see their experiences, see their views on it. Because unfortunately, the public are willing. I mean, that's the overwhelmingly every country I've been to. The public are all willing to back us and to help us and to, you know, acknowledge this, but they're only going off what they're told and what they see from, you know, from the doctors and the government and movies and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully this gave a little bit more insight. Hopefully there's someone out there that watches this or listens to this and sort of resonates a bit. Hang in there. It's tough. It really is. You know, I've lost pretty much everything because of it. But yeah, you're not out, man. You might be down. You might be hurting. May look like there's no way out. But you're not out. keep on keeping on. Yeah, and I'll talk to you soon.